Happiness. Or are you happy? I'm joking. Your center. The reason why I titled this subject happiness is because oftentimes we portray that we are happy and we're really not. And so I wanted to say to you, what made you happy during this process of pregnancy? I know I had to check in many, many times in terms of my happiness because I was just going. I felt like I was a robot. It was just, doing the laundry, doing the cleaning, fixing dinner, going while I was still pregnant. And everyone's asking, like, how do you do it? I'm just like, I don't know. I just get up and it's just like, okay, I got to do this. I got to do that. But I never checked in with myself. And so the two words I would ask you is self-care. Do you know what self-care is? Have you accessed self-care? Do you know how to access self-care? And so self-care is basically you, yourself, not your spouse, not your children. It is you. And knowing what you need in that moment to make you feel better or relieve whatever stress that you may have or you may not think you have. And so my question is, are you taking care of yourself? Who is taking care of you? After everyone is gone and the hype is gone from, the baby shower and stuff like that, what do you do in those low times that you're just by yourself? And so I just wanted to say to some of you, like, if you don't know what self-care is, I can give you some examples. I know for me, it was working out. It was dancing, keeping busy in that aspects, praying. You could read your word, sometimes shopping, journaling is really good. For me, it was also listening to music in the shower. That was my me time when I said to my husband, like, listen, I need an hour just to myself. And I would just put on some music, either it was instrumental music or Christian music that I needed, something to kind of fill my spirit in the shower. And that was my time to sometimes, to be honest, I would cry. I would cry because it was just so hard. I didn't know what to expect. I was a control freak. I'm not afraid to say it. So I wanted to dictate what was going to happen the next day or what's going to be happening. And I wanted to get a control of that. And so not having that control made me very nervous, made me very upset. I didn't know what to expect. And so therefore, by me just taking a shower, just praying, listening to some music, it helped me to it's going to be okay. Things are going to get better. And know that, I can only focus on today because tomorrow is not promised. And so I would use that to really just narrow in and say, you know what, Kiana, it's okay to curl up on the couch and watch a movie or take a shower, listen to some music, or to be honest, I would go do my hair. I would, get out and do my nails. One thing that I did love to do was stay in the hotel for a day or a weekend. Just get away. We literally just get away. And I would kind of invite my girls on the second day to say, hey, do you guys want to come over, bring some chips and some appetizers? And we would just kind of just sit down and just talk. And believe it or not, just being around the right circles with the right people, it was the best thing that I ever did throughout my pregnancy. Just enjoying their company and they're enjoying mine, and me not being able to have like either baby talks or stuff like that. I was just able to just really just debrief, and they would just give me a hug of embrace and encourage me and so forth. And so I would say self-care is really, really crucial during your pregnancy and even after birth, is staying in touch with you and making sure that your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health is in tune, so you are the best mom and wife to your family and to your babies. You're gonna have some friends that are not really supportive of you. I found that out throughout my challenges, that they were not really there for me. They kind of just wanted to know my business and know what was going on. And so I would just say, just be careful when you step into this new season. There's a lot of moms that are going through certain situations. I know there are some moms that are not able to conceive, had miscarriages, either go through IVFs or just other challenges. And so I'm not saying for you to shun them or anything like that, but just be careful of the people that you let into that inner circle, that inner piece of you. Because it's a lot, you know. I tried not to be happy sometimes because I knew some of my friends were going through certain challenges. So I felt guilty and ashamed to kind of share that happiness with. But it's just being considerate. But at the same time, you have every right to be happy. It's just being careful of who you share that happiness with, that it may not be broadcast of jealousy or stuff like that. People are going through a lot and you don't even know. And so I would just say, like, just be careful of your support group. Be careful of who you let into your vault, because they will deposit either negative or positive vibes. And you don't want that to transfer into how you feel as a person or how you are as a mom. So I would just say be careful about that. And lastly, take care of yourself. Your happiness is the most important thing in a sense of being a great mom. Like I said, self-care, knowing who you can talk to, your support groups, using whatever measures or resources. You need to be happy, because you'd be surprised how quickly you can slip into depression and you don't even know it. And that's the worst thing that can ever happen, is that you're grumpy, you're upset, your husband can't communicate with you, your kids see you in a different light. And so therefore, I just want to encourage you to find that happiness, find that center, find what you feel in that moment that you need. And it's okay. You're not being selfish. You are a person and you have a lot on your shoulders. So don't think by you taking an hour or two to either sleep or eat or go out for a walk or check in with your girlfriends or whatever you want to do is an act of selfishness, because it's not. What you do is a lot. You are the glue to your family. You are the glue to your husband and your children. You keep everything together, everything flowing. And believe it or not, without you, that family falls apart. Just like the family would fall apart if your husband would fall apart. You guys are a complete unit. And so mind, body, and soul, it needs to be addressed. So happiness, find what makes you happy.